rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary K.
Good morning, everyone. This is Gary K, and I want to welcome to another pre-InfoComm video cast. I'm excited about InfoComm coming up. Now, we're joined with Inge Govaerts, who's basically in charge of all marketing communication globally for Barco. In addition, I have Alina Mishra, who many of you may not have met yet. I'm going to introduce her in just a second, but I want to go back to you, Inge. What an exciting ISE that you had coming out of ISE just last month, and then all of a sudden next week heading to InfoComm. You've got a big smile on your face. You're going to be happy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very happy. We're finally out there again. And we had to miss you at ISE, Gary. So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to welcome you next week on the Barco booth at Las Vegas. But yeah, we had a very, very nice edition of ISE. And in fact, we plan to do the same at InfoComm, but with a bit of higher temperatures.
Yeah, a little bit higher temperatures. Although Barcelona's got some great weather, but Vegas is hot. But we're gonna start with a little kind of brief overall view of what you're going to show overall in the booth. But first, I want to ask Alina, because I know that not only is she a Star Wars fangirl, okay, using her own words, but she's also a Scrabble expert as well.
Oh.
So I want to know, what's the highest score you've gotten?
Scrabble?
Yes.
I mean, I can make up a number, but the truth is I don't really remember. These days, Scrabble has become more of a Wordle and
Wordle, exactly.
words with friends.
Yep.
I can tell you that the last few times my husband has been betting against me in getting a word with a certain number of tries, including last night at dinner.
Okay.
And every day he says, "Shit, I should have never bet against her." So
you've got Baby Yoda on your side right there, right behind you, right above your head there. So you know you're going to do really well with Baby Yoda there. But anyway, well, I want to talk about we got to get back to talking about what you're going to do at InfoComm. Now, obviously, we have a mock-up of your booth. We can actually show people what your booth is going to look like and kind of take us through what we're going to see when we go through the booth.
Okay, very good. So, of course, we're representing the entertainment and the enterprise division that we both have. And if we look at entertainment, you will see that we have the full range of image processing products, just like we had at ISE, that we're going to showcase there. We will also be doing some projection mapping, not on a diamond this time, but on a triangle. Yeah,
okay.
Just to make it a little bit more, to have the change in it. So that's for the entertainment guys. And then, of course, we'll have a complete area where ClickShare and ClickShare Conference will be presented. And then, of course, we have our large video wall experience where we have the control walls. And in fact, this year, some special attention goes to our TruePix that was launched at ISE. And that is also why we have Alina amongst us.
Yeah, I want to go back to that booth, that image of the overall booth, if we can pop that back up there. One of the first things you're going to see is TruePix right there when you walk into the booth. Alina, you must be really happy because that's been your baby for a couple of years, almost a couple of years now. Tell us about TruePix. Like, what is it for those that haven't heard about it?
Yeah, I'm super, super excited. It's a product that in various shapes and forms I've been working on for a little while, but the launch was definitely something I was close to. So for those who don't know, TruePix is a direct view LED. It's focused primarily on enterprise applications, a very premium visualization platform where the goal is to bring you advanced technology, not just in front of, what you see on the screen, but also how the whole setup goes. So end to end, Barco put in a lot of effort into the whole customer journey, starting from installation to actual viewing experience to service, to make sure that the whole process gives you a positive experience. And it's not just about, we have a slightly better pixel pitch this time or a better resolution than last time.
Yeah, for those of you who know the work and the detail that Barco put into UniSee, and basically making an integrated product in a sense that everything sort of fit together like Legos. That as long as you lined up the first one, everything else sort of just came together. And it also acted as it also had some built-in correction for all the anomalies it might have with regard to walls not being completely level, floors not being completely level. The same kind of accuracy has been put into the back end infrastructure to TruePix. I think that's the key thing, is that this is not just a panel that you put together and make a large LED out of. This is actually an integrated product approach where you're starting with how we're going to use it, how we're going to mount it, how we're going to display it, and then how we're going to actually operate it, all kind of put together in one sort of package. I think that's a good analogy.
Yes, and I will take it a little further. Like I tell my kids, it's almost like an automated Lego build up in some ways. We've tried to make sure that a lot of the human intervention that may potentially lead to damages or, let's say, lack of anything other than perfect alignment is automated, as a result of which the backend system itself takes care of your alignment, make sure that each of the neighboring tiles are talking to each other, and we are able to see that perfect XYZ alignment. So it's true that that's there. We also have an opportunity for some of our installers, technicians to intervene if there is an intervention required. So manually that can be done also, but the aim is to minimize that, because then it ends up, a lot of times it I don't want to say hastens, it fastens the process of installation, it reduces damage. So you're looking at a better process both for the installer as well as a faster process for the end customer.
Yeah. But ultimately people are going to ask you the question about pixel pitch, right? They're going to ask you the question about performance. So what specs, how are you going to answer those questions? Like, what is the pixel pitch and what are the sizes, and, what are the panel sizes? How big can it get? That kind of stuff.
It's a very modular system. So it can, metaphorically, your imagination is how big we can make it. Right. And we've done, with UniSee, have seen with some XT also, we have seen the kind of installations we've done in the past. It's really a question of what the application requires. So that's a very customizable thing. Now, in terms of pixel pitch, we start with 0.9, and then we go all the way till 1.9. So you have a lot of variation there to suit your needs. One particular thing that this product has is, I call it purpose built for some critical applications like control rooms. We have worked not only on the installation technology and the viewing experience, but we've also worked on a few things which may not matter to every single application out there. But when you're in a critical setup and you're watching it 24/7, things like eye fatigue, things like what it does to your ergonomics, overall health comes into picture. So Barco has worked on a new algorithm which reduces eye fatigue, which is very important for a control room operator who tends to have a high degree of focus, works in a non-stop environment. That's what makes it stand out in some of these really can't fail kind of situations, amongst other things.
Okay, so obviously that's going to be a big, draw, I should say, in the booth. But Inge, you also have ClickShare, which everyone knows. It's sort of the flagship product in the industry with regard to wireless sharing, and has become the flagship BYOM product. You invented the term BYOM. Everyone now has borrowed it from you. We've been doing this meeting equity podcast over the last 3 months. Actually, I'm going to record, interestingly enough, my last episode 12, in your booth on Friday. And that will be broadcast a couple of weeks afterwards. But we're going to do it in the booth because we have all the equipment there. We're going to kind of review each of them. We've posted 9 episodes so far. If you go to meetingequity.com, they're already posted. But you're going to have a great show. I mean, you're excited. I mean, I know you're excited to come back to the U.S., Inge.
Very much.
And be able to finally meet some of the new people you've hired in the last couple of years too, right?
And see some colleagues again, and we're going to celebrate the 10 years of ClickShare as well. So come and have a cupcake with us, Gary.
I missed that at ISE, so I'll definitely do it. In fact, I'm going to personally go do the interview and the tour there because I want to be able to see TruePix, and I want to be able to kind of play with it and see how it works because I've only see it through the imagery and the written stuff on the website. So.
Yeah, Gary, you're more than welcome, and we really are looking forward to meeting you again and all our customers and potential customers and our partners at InfoComm. And yes, we're very excited.
Good.
To
Well,
me,
go ahead.
I have to say that Gary has been a virtual myth to a point where I sometimes have to remind myself I haven't seen him yet. So as much as Inge is excited, Gary, believe me, I'm more excited about Star Wars. I'm a fan. He's a fanatic. So we have that difference going.
Stuff in and around my house. I'm a total geek when it comes to stuff like that. I even drink out of a Baby Yoda cup. So, but in any case, we'll get along really well, regardless. And I'll try not to give you any spoilers on Obi-Wan Kenobi. But in the meantime, definitely make sure that the West Hall 1302 is in your plan because you're going to want to go by and see Bar. I mean, everyone's going to go by there, but you want to definitely go by see TruePix and all the improvements since the last time. There's a lot of updates, a lot of improvements have been made in the ClickShare product line that you may or may not have realized. Present Sense is probably the most substantial thing in the last couple of years. If you don't know what that is, you need to go by the booth and talk to the ClickShare team. So anyway, if you want to see all our coverage, we're going to go by and shoot product videos. We're going to do booth tour. We're going to do everything live at the show. All you got to do is go to ravepubs.com, click on the InfoComm link. Other than that, ladies, Inge, Alina, I look forward to seeing you in a few days.
Likewise,
Same
Gary.
here.
Safe travels.
Next week, we'll
Thank
see you.
Y'all have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
With Rants and rAVes.